Lately, you may feel strangely disconnected from your life. Not deeply sad, not truly unhappy, just distant in a way you cannot clearly explain. You wake up and move through your day as usual. You do what needs to be done. But inside, something feels slightly removed. Things that once mattered no longer carry the same weight. Conversations feel repetitive. Goals that once motivated you now feel empty. Nothing is obviously wrong. Life has not fallen apart, yet you no longer feel fully connected to the life you are living. This can be confusing. You may question yourself. You may wonder if something is wrong with you. But this feeling is not the same as depression. It does not come with despair. It comes with silence. Silence can feel uncomfortable when you are not used to it. Many people mistake this phase for losing motivation. They think they are becoming lazy or ungrateful. But what is actually happening is a shift in awareness. You are beginning to see your life instead of being fully inside it. This creates distance. Distance does not mean rejection. It means observation. You start noticing patterns you once ignored. The same conversations, the same worries, the same emotional loops. What once felt engaging now feels predictable. This predictability can feel disappointing, but disappointment often appears when something no longer fits. Before this phase, your life may have been driven by momentum. You stayed busy. You stayed focused. Momentum gave you direction. But momentum can also prevent reflection. Disconnection slows you down. It interrupts the automatic flow of life. This interruption can feel uncomfortable. Without constant movement, you may begin to notice questions you once avoided. You may try to force excitement back into your life. You may add distractions, but forcing connection only increases exhaustion. Because the disconnection is not happening on the surface, it is happening at a deeper level. You are outgrowing a version of yourself, and when that happens, the life built around that version begins to feel distant. This does not mean your past life was wrong. It means it has completed its role. You may feel like you are standing between two worlds, not fully connected to the old one, not yet settled in the new one. This in-between space can feel empty, but it is not empty. It is simply undefined. Undefined space feels uncomfortable because there are no clear answers yet. People around you may not notice this change. They may continue as if nothing has shifted. This can make the disconnection feel lonely. You may struggle to explain what you are feeling because there are no clear words for it. So you keep functioning on the outside while feeling less attached on the inside. This inward distance is not rejection of life. It is preparation. Before something new can take shape, the old form must loosen. Disconnection is how that loosening begins. You detach emotionally before any external change occurs. This creates space. It's space to breathe, space to notice what no longer fits. During this phase, you may feel more sensitive to noise. Loud environments may feel draining. Small talk may feel heavy. You may crave quiet without knowing why. This is not weakness, it is awareness increasing. What once felt tolerable no longer feels right. This honesty can feel like disconnection from the world, but it is actually connection to yourself. Disconnection is not the end of your story. It is the pause between chapters, and every meaningful change begins with a pause, and what you are experiencing does not happen by accident. Disconnection appears for a reason. It happens when your inner world begins to change faster than your outer life. Your awareness shifts, but your environment stays the same. This gap creates discomfort. You feel different, yet nothing around you reflects that change. This is why disconnection feels confusing. You are no longer fully aligned with your old life, but you have not entered the new one yet. Your mind starts observing instead of reacting automatically. You notice how often patterns repeat, the same conversations, the same worries. This observation creates distance. Distance is not rejection. It is clarity beginning to form. Before this shift, your identity was tied to roles. Who you were expected to be, what you were expected to want. Those roles once gave structure. But when growth begins, structure can feel restrictive. You may still perform the same roles, but they no longer feel natural. This mismatch creates inner tension. Disconnection is how your system signals misalignment. It is not a breakdown, it is a recalibration. Your nervous system is adjusting to a new baseline. What once felt exciting may now feel overstimulating. What once felt motivating may now feel draining. This does not mean you are losing passion. It means your sensitivity is increasing. Increased sensitivity changes what feels tolerable. Noise becomes exhausting. Crowded spaces feel heavy. You may think you are becoming antisocial, but what is happening is selectivity. You are no longer willing to give energy to what feels empty. Disconnection also appears when your sense of meaning changes. External success may no longer feel fulfilling. So motivation tied to validation begins to fade. This fading can feel like losing direction. But you are not losing direction. You are losing false direction. Direction shaped by comparison and pressure. As those influences weaken, a temporary emptiness appears. This emptiness is not a void. It is a clearing where new values can form. During this phase, your system reduces emotional attachment on purpose. If attachment stayed strong, change would feel too painful. So disconnection softens the transition. You let go internally before anything changes externally. This prevents sudden collapse. Many people resist this phase. They try to reconnect with their old life forcefully. They chase stimulation, but this only creates exhaustion, because disconnection is not asking for more. It is asking for less. Less noise, less pressure, less performance. Disconnection invites honesty. Honesty about what no longer resonates. This honesty can feel uncomfortable, but it is necessary for redirection. Disconnection is not a mistake. It is preparation. Preparation for a life that requires less force and more alignment. This phase is not meant to be rushed. It is meant to be moved through gently. Once you understand why disconnection happens, the next step is learning how to stay present with it. Many people try to escape this phase. They rush to fill the emptiness, but disconnection is not something to escape. It is something to listen to. Right now, Your system is asking for stillness, not inactivity, but inner stillness. This means you do not need to force clarity. Clarity will arrive on its own timeline. Trying to decide everything too quickly often creates anxiety. During this phase, your only responsibility is honesty. Honesty about what feels draining. Honesty about what feels false. You do not need to confront everything at once. You only need to notice. Noticing is enough for now. Allow yourself to slow down without guilt. Slowing down does not mean you are falling behind. It means you are recalibrating. Your nervous system is adjusting to a different way of living, a way that does not rely on constant stimulation, a way that does not require constant validation. This adjustment takes time. During this period, you may feel drawn to simplicity, simple routines, quiet moments. These are not signs of withdrawal. They are signs of integration. Integration happens when your inner world and outer life realign. This realignment cannot be forced. It unfolds naturally when you stop resisting the pause. Another important part of this phase is trust. Trusting that you do not need to have everything figured out yet. Trusting that confusion does not mean failure. Confusion often appears when old answers no longer apply. New answers have not arrived yet. This gap can feel uncomfortable, but it is also where growth becomes possible. You may feel pressure to return to who you were, pressure from others, pressure from habit, but returning will only deepen the disconnection. Because your system has already moved forward internally, instead of going backward, allow yourself to stay present. Presence is the most stabilizing force during transition. When you stay present, you stop fighting what is happening. You stop labeling the phase as good or bad. You simply experience it. This reduces fear. Fear thrives on resistance. When resistance softens, fear loses its grip. You may notice that your intuition becomes clearer during this phase. Without constant noise, inner signals are easier to hear. These signals may come as subtle preferences, a quiet pull. They do not demand action immediately. They simply guide your attention. Follow them gently. There is no need to make dramatic changes all at once. Small adjustments are enough. Choosing rest when you are tired. Choosing honesty when something feels off. These small choices build alignment. Alignment feels different from excitement. It feels calm. It feels steady. As alignment grows, disconnection begins to dissolve. Not because you forced it away, but because it completed its role. Connection returns in a quieter form. You feel grounded rather than driven, present rather than restless. You begin engaging with life again, but without urgency, without the need to prove anything. This is the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter built on awareness rather than habit. You may not recognize this life immediately, but it will feel honest. And honesty always feels lighter than performance. If you are in this phase right now, trust that it is temporary. You are not losing yourself. You are shedding what no longer fits. Disconnection is not abandonment. It is redirection, and when the direction becomes clear, you will understand why this pause was necessary.